Have you ever wondered about the eerie whispers and cold gusts of wind that seem to come from nowhere in the Tower of London? The Tower of London, a magnificent fortress standing tall on the north bank of the River Thames, holds within its stone walls a history that is as fascinating as it is terrifying. This historic castle was established towards the end of 1066 as part of the Norman conquest of England. Over the centuries, it has served various purposes, from a grand palace to a treasury, and even an infamous prison. As a prison, the Tower of London has housed a plethora of convicts, from petty thieves to high-profile prisoners. Among these, some of the most notable were political prisoners, and those of royal blood, held captive, and often executed within the tower's ominous walls. The Tower of London is perhaps best known for its role as a place of execution. Its bloody history is filled with tragic tales of those who met their end on the executioner's block, their spirits said to be forever trapped within the tower's confines. One such spirit is Anne Boleyn, the ill-fated second wife of King Henry VIII. Accused of high treason, she was beheaded in 1536. Her ghost, reportedly headless, is one of the most frequently cited apparitions at the tower. Another chilling tale revolves around the young princes in the tower, Edward V and his brother Richard of York. The boys mysteriously disappeared while residing in the tower, believed to have been murdered. Their spirits are said to haunt the premises, their innocent laughter echoing through the stone corridors. Yet the Tower of London is not just a place of dread and despair, it's a testament to the resilience of history, a place where past meets present, and where the living can come face to face with the echoes of a bygone era. As one of the most haunted places in the world, the Tower of London continues to enchant and terrify visitors with its chilling past. Now, let us delve into the spectral sightings that have occurred within these ancient walls. The Tower of London, an imposing fortress with a richly layered history, has been a silent witness to countless tales of the supernatural. From royal apparitions to phantom animals, the tower has been the backdrop for numerous paranormal encounters. Perhaps the most famous phantom resident of the tower is none other than Anne Boleyn, the ill-fated second wife of King Henry VIII. Guards and visitors alike have reported seeing her headless apparition wandering the tower's eerie corridors, particularly near the chapel of St. Peter ad Vincula, where her body was unceremoniously buried. Another spectral figure often cited is the ghost of Lady Jane Grey, the 9 Days Queen. Spotting her melancholy figure gazing out from the White Tower, it's hard not to feel a pang of sympathy for the tragic teen queen. But it isn't just human spirits that are said to haunt the tower. A phantom bear was reportedly seen by a guard in the Martin Tower. The poor man was so terrified by the sight of the huge apparition that he dropped dead of shock shortly after. Then there are the chilling auditory phenomena. The agonized screams of the princes in the tower, said to be murdered by their uncle Richard III, are often heard, echoing in the dead of night. Unexplained events also abound. Cold spots, sudden drops in temperature associated with ghostly presences are frequently experienced. Objects are known to move of their own accord, and inexplicable lights have been seen dancing in the tower after dark. These accounts are just a fraction of the multitude of paranormal experiences reported here. From the White Tower to the Bloody Tower, each corner of this historical landmark is steeped in spectral lore. With countless reported ghost sightings, the Tower of London certainly has a reputation for the paranormal. Moving across the Atlantic, have you heard about the Stanley Hotel in Colorado and its ghostly guests? Nestled in the Rocky Mountains, the Stanley Hotel has been standing tall since the early 20th century. It was built by Freeland Oscar Stanley, a man known for his invention of the Stanley Steamer automobile. But Stanley wasn't just an entrepreneur, he was a visionary. He wanted to create a grand resort that would serve as a health retreat for those suffering from tuberculosis, a disease he himself battled. Little did he know his creation would go on to host a different kind of guest, spirits from the other side. Over the years, the Stanley Hotel has earned a reputation for being one of the most haunted hotels in America. It's not just the number of ghost sightings that make this place eerie, but the consistency of the stories. Let's talk about Flora Stanley, the wife of F.O. Stanley. She was an accomplished pianist in her lifetime. It seems her love for music didn't fade away with her passing. Guests and staff have reported hearing the sound of a piano playing in the middle of the night, only to find the music room empty. But the piano isn't just playing random notes, it's playing Flora's favorite tunes. Then there's the concert hall, a hotspot for spectral activity. The most notorious ghost here is Paul, a former maintenance man who seems to have never left his post. He's known to flicker the lights and make phantom footsteps. And then there are the spectral soirees. Guests have reported hearing the sounds of parties from a bygone era, complete with laughter, music and clinking glasses, echoing from the empty hall. The Stanley Hotel, with its illustrious past and ghostly inhabitants, continues to captivate both skeptics and believers alike. Now let's venture into the spectral sightings that have made the Stanley Hotel a must-visit for ghost hunters. Nestled in the scenic landscapes of Estes Park, Colorado, the Stanley Hotel has become a beacon for paranormal enthusiasts thanks to countless reports of ghostly encounters. Let's delve into some of the most notable sightings that have intrigued guests and staff alike. Perhaps the most famous specter is that of Freeland Oscar Stanley, the original owner of the hotel, who has been reportedly seen in the lobby and the billiards room, often donning his distinguished attire. His wife, Flora, is also said to make her presence known, with guests reporting phantom piano music echoing through the halls, believed to be her continuing her love for music in the afterlife. Room 217 has a chilling reputation of its own. It's told that a former housekeeper, Elizabeth Wilson, haunts this room. She was involved in a gas explosion in the early 20th century, and although she survived, it seems she never left. Guests have reported belongings being moved, luggage unpacked, and even the sensation of an unseen presence tucking them in at night. Then, there's the spectral laughter of children running down the hotel's long corridors, the mysterious figures seen in the grand staircase, and the inexplicable cold spots that send shivers down the spine of even the most hardened skeptics. But it's not just the guests who've had eerie experiences. Staff have also reported hearing hushed conversations in empty rooms and seeing apparitions in the kitchens and cellars. The Stanley Hotel's reputation as a haunted haven has even extended to the world of entertainment. It served as the inspiration for Stephen King's The Shining, after the renowned author stayed there one fateful night. In the world of the paranormal, the Stanley Hotel is a veritable hive of activity. Each creaking door, each flickering light and each whispering wind seems to carry a tale from the other side. With countless reported ghost sightings, the Stanley Hotel has certainly earned its place in the annals of America's haunted hotspots. From the ancient stones of the Tower of London to the grand halls of the Stanley Hotel, we've journeyed through two of the world's most haunted places. We have traced the spectral footsteps of the past, and now, let's take a moment to reflect on the eerie tales we've uncovered. In the heart of London, the tower's thousand-year history is steeped in blood and betrayal. Its haunting began with the ghost of Anne Boleyn, Henry VIII's second wife, who was beheaded in 1536 for treason against the king. Her headless specter, we learned, roams the tower and its grounds, a chilling reminder of the tower's gruesome past. We also delved into the tale of the two princes, Edward and Richard, who mysteriously vanished within the tower walls. Their ghostly figures are said to be seen, wandering the tower, their fate a haunting mystery that adds to the tower's eerie allure. Crossing the Atlantic, we then explored the Grand Stanley Hotel, nestled in the Colorado Rockies. This hotel, built by F.O. Stanley at the turn of the 20th century, is said to be haunted by Stanley himself, alongside his wife Flora. Their apparitions have been reported in various parts of the hotel, perpetuating the hotel's ghostly reputation. Perhaps the Stanley's most famous spectral resident is the ghost of a young child, heard giggling and running along the fourth-floor corridors. This playful spirit, coupled with the spectral echoes of a piano playing in the empty ballroom, adds an uncanny layer to the hotel's charm. Whether you're a believer or a skeptic, there's no denying the allure of these haunted places and the chilling stories they hold within their walls. The Tower of London and the Stanley Hotel, each with their unique histories and spectral inhabitants, continue to draw curiosity seekers, ghost hunters, and history buffs alike, reminding us that sometimes the past refuses to stay buried.